All right. I think we're good.
Nuh-uh. I did it once. The one time I held it for fucking forever, I actually finally got a freeze frame. Unless you digitally manipulated that.
You did? I did. I did that for you.
Damn it. Fine.
Thanks.
I'll just occasionally make YouTube faces throughout the episode.
Let me slap you on the back.
Maybe we can find the middle of the episode. Isn't that where it usually grabs a screenshot?
It usually grabs the last image.
All of us.
Because every time I get up, like our last 12 thumbnails are just the two of you because I've already gotten up. So it's dumb. It's a dumb system.
We could change that. We should start doing YouTube thumbnails.
I'm pretty sure if we could make a static thumbnail and just have everyone be the same. But
Yeah, we could, but people wouldn't.
YouTube hates that.
Oh,
We
they
would
don't like
need to be animated or something. I'll send our pictures to the AI and see what it can come up with.
yeah, send it to Jib Jab and see if they can
Oh, Jib Jab, Christ.
like make us elves or something.
What a different era.
You remember the one time those were funny?
Yeah. It's John Kerry. It's
Well, that's when like
hilarious.
I mean, yeah, when political debate was just like they were like two sides of the same side of the coin.
yeah.
I mean, they were like two halves of the same side of the coin, and it was like, well, I don't know, you want to pick this dipshit or this dipshit? They vary ever so slightly in their opinions.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny back then because it was like, I don't know, no one's gonna go crazy.
Getting all political.
Oh, sorry. I was talking about Jib Jab. I was doing that jibba jabba.
Jib Jab's getting all political.
Don't you fools talk about no jibba jabba like
Jib
that.
Jab still alive?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
Still a thing?
Yeah.
What is it?
Ask your Nana. She loves
I
Jib Jab.
don't know. She's busy with
You
Weatherbug.
can probably do Elf Bowling
With what?
26.
Weatherbug.
I'm probably up to Elf Bowling 26 by now.
Oh,
or
that's right,
something,
Elf
yeah.
Bowling.
Let's check it. Elf Bowling.
Elf Bowling.
Yeah, gotta check that out.
Elf Bowling is a bowling video game developed by N-Storm and released in 1998.
Right on.
That's a good elf name.
Yeah.
Wikipedia is not for sale.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Jimmy
come on.
Wales.
Sell it.
Sell it to me.
Well,
I'll give you $3.
Wikipedia is not for sale.
Wikipedia is
Not for sale. That's Jimmy Wales.
This is Tobias.
For Jimmy Wales.
Other Elf Bowling games. Elf Bowling 3, Super Elf Bowling, Elf Bowling 4. Elf Bowling Bocce Style, Elf Bowling 5. Elf Bowling 6, Air Biscuits.
I'm sorry.
It's called farts?
It's called Air Biscuits. Elf Bowling 7, The Last Insult. Elf Bowling Hawaiian Vacation.
So it wasn't the last insult.
Elf Bowling Hawaiian Vacation.
Hawaiian Vacation.
Elf Bowling 3, The Lost Floppies.
Elf Bowling 1 and 2.
Or was that 4? I don't remember which one it was.
I don't remember.
A computer animated film produced by
Uh-oh. Elfbot 3000 is broken. Logic flaw.
A computer animated film produced by, based on the games, was released October 3, 2007.
Oh, there's an Elf Bowling movie?
Elf Bowling the movie.
Well, why didn't we watch that this
October.
week?
The Great North Pole Elf Strike
Features the voices of the late Joe Alasky.
Oh, yeah.
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 Rex Piano.
I've been known to Rex a piano for once in a while.
Jill Talley.
and Tom Kenny.
Oh, so 2 members of Mystery Show.
Yeah.
That's right. I like the elf voice.
Everything comes back to Mystery Show for me. I'm sorry, but it does.
You don't have to apologize for that.
There are a lot of other things you have to apologize for.
Yeah, like this face.
Yeah.
I'm in Muppet mode. I'm sorry, I guess.
Hey.
Ah.
Oh, that's a Goofy. That's not a Muppet. He's a cartoon. Oh.
Oh, this is goofy. Yuck.
My guts are going gonzo.
Don't forget, you're a moderator for this channel. Fuck you.
I'm not. I'm a conservator of this channel.
Hey, it's Steve like the bird. Awooga.
Hi there, Steve. How are you?
Indeed.
Hi ho,
Auga.
hi ho,
You guys.
everybody.
And honk honk,
Back
everybody.
again with another wonderful BMFcast. Oh, do we just want to be green over here?
No. I gotta be red to balance you out.
Oh.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you trying to say? I'm just so damn American. I'm so
You're just
in
so
favor of
no.
capitalism.
No, you're just so green.
Oh, it's not easy.
It's not easy being green. This goes back to pre-show discussion when
Oh,
we were
no.
talking about Ray Romano and
Yeah.
how he's like Kermit the Frog on Quaaludes.
Oh, he's just kind of like Kermit all
Why are
grown
you
up.
shaking your head, John?
No, I'm not. I was
Yeah.
just staying awake.
I don't believe you.
Maybe Ray Romano's like the love child of Miss Piggy and Kermit, you know, like they had to fuck at some time. Or porked, I'm sorry, porked at some point in time. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm sure that's how I got the cast going right before they started filming.
All right. Hey, all right, guys.
All right, everybody, let's just like have a really good show.
Good
all right.
show. Yeah, I'm gonna make some jokes. And,
Lots of positive energy.
Nobody's gonna laugh at them.
Yeah.
We're gonna pipe in some studio audience laugh tracks later, and
Our numbers are going down so hard.
Our
and then,
numbers.
Yes.
a little bit of misogyny, and that's a wrap for the day.
Yeah, what are you doing? Everybody loves Raymond. You can't make fun of Raymond.
We had 8 viewers 2 minutes ago, and now it's down to 5. They're like, God, what is this?
No, they're coming here 2 minutes ago. They're like, oh shit, somebody's live streaming Violent Night,
Oh, yeah, I
so we
wanna
don't have
see
to
that,
pay
yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you're one of those guys, sorry about your dick.
Oh, what?
It probably is gonna fall off because you're stupid.
Well, it went back up to 6, but then you started doing the voice again.
all I have to do is figure out. This is a learning process where I figure out the anti-Ray Romano voice.
Okay. Yep.
Only by taking the Ray Romano voice to its most extreme can I find the extreme anti-Romano.
Maybe you need to do Peter Boyle voice, and that'll bring all the people in.
I don't know what Peter Boyle voice is.
Oh.
You're gonna have to help me out.
That's all I got.
That made my tummy rumble.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
the only Peter Boyle voice I got.
Maybe it's the MIB Giants voice. I don't know. We'll find out. Chuck's like, you better fucking not start this. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm sure everybody loves hearing that.
Welcome, everyone. We will be hitting
Oh.
play on Violent Night here in just a moment.
Yeah.
Try and stop us, Universal Pictures.
Yeah, just stick around. We're gonna totally hit play on this movie
Welcome
that's
to
currently in theaters, and we're gonna,
movies.
Yeah, we're gonna break everything. Fuck your algorithm, Google.
It's the only way I can do an accurate Vin Diesel.
You
is
gotta-
I gotta manipulate.
You got to
my-
do the
my
David Cross
larynx.
thing.
Gotta hold it down like this. I think his is artificial too.
Yeah.
Family.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Rude. Family. Family. I am Superman.
Mm-hmm.
sorry, then we'll start crying. Don't do that.
It's okay. Iron Giant's a murder machine now.
What?
Yep.
What?
Everything he's been in since, murder machine.
It's true.
Murder machine.
Just like Santa.
There it is. Just like Santa, indeed.
Tradition.
Shall we do this?
Yeah, light this
Sure.
candle.
All right, we'll light
Like
8
it's,
candles.
Like it's Hanukkah.
Let's festival the fuck out of these lights.
All right, let's do this. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, Bamcast.
BMFcast.
All right.
Yeah, it's episode 5 something. I don't know. I didn't look.
564.
There you go. Chuck's keeping track.
Nintendo.
We brought you a present. It's a Nintendo 564.
Yeah,
Enjoy it.
it's like better than a 586. It's a
We'd be
564.
on the 5th Nintendo 64 if they just kept making new Nintendo 64s.
Yeah. Different
Right.
colors. And
So Switch is just 18 Nintendo 64s stitched together.
You gotta count back.
Yeah, it's exponentially.
Right.
So
Yeah, I forgot about Moore's Law. Sorry.
right.
Anyway, I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every awkward intro of this episode or this podcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie. Sometimes they're brand new. And then we come in here and talk about them, and they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot
jocks.
jocks.
However, there are bad movies, and stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash. And I'm going through this part fast because it's not pertinent.
Yeah, you should know that other movies get bags.
Yeah.
This won't be on the test.
It's not pertinent. So.
You don't need to know about bags.
No need to take notes. Stop it, Timmy. Stop writing your notes right now. This,
You can
this
go-
won't be on the test.
You can go back through our entire back catalog to figure out how the bags work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pivoted like last second.
Very last second.
We were gonna do just a random,
We had a plan.
random Christmas movie. That
we had-
will come back around. I won't even
Not a
name
random Christmas movie. A
I mean-
carefully planned by Chuck Christmas movie.
It. Okay.
Yes. But
We had
you know,
something in the style of our idioms.
Yeah, we were back on our bullshit as we are every week, and then all of a sudden, this movie that we all wanted to see but didn't want to go to the theater and see it just popped up on digital. Like, hey, you could just watch it at home, and we were like, yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. Cool, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So we watched it.
And that's 2022's Violent Night.
Yeah, which
Brand new flick. Clearly, it was a thing for us. I mean,
Yeah, we were all like, terribly excited about it.
the trailer is a perfect BMFcast movie.
Right. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
It's 2.5 minutes of
I
just
will
like
say-
everything you want out of a movie called Violent Night.
Yeah.
I feel like if normally when we do movies this new, we kind of have a little mini not spoiler section, perhaps. Just like if someone's tuning in, they're like, "Should I even go watch this movie?" Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean,
Yeah, go watch it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
If you're here listening to us,
right,
yeah, you should watch Violent Night.
correct. I mean, and even me, like, I can attest to the fact that before this started, I mean, I'm generally grinchy around Christmas anyway, but I mean, I've been extra grinchy perhaps this year. So I was like, I will just say that I was very indifferent to this movie. I think just because so many times things like this come along and they're not done well. Like, I mean, we've had, I would say, like outlandish plot movies in the past that are just kind of cash in on the zeitgeist of an internet joke sort of thing.
Stuff like Hobo with a Shotgun, where you're like, that's a thing we
Or
should love.
Pride,
and then it's
Pride
like,
and Prejudice and Zombies, or
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter,
Yeah.
or Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, like all these like things where it's like high concept.
from the makers of this film.
Right, yeah, I'm just saying. And I mean, something, I'm not knocking any
But
of those.
I get, yeah, there are these sort of like high concept dumb movies
Right.
that come out, and you're like, that's going to be the thing that hits for us, and then it's like, oh,
it was okay, but yeah.
they didn't do it
It's
right.
maybe a little too tongue-in-cheek, or maybe it's a little too serious, or maybe, I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, it's a CG nightmare because it's, whatever.
It's a difficult balance
Yeah.
when you've got like a dumb idea, but studios are not going to be like, yeah, make your dumb movie. They're like, either make it super dumb or
super cheap.
or start making it good, or
Yeah. But this is
it's-
produced by like the John Wick folks. I mean, like David Leitch and people like that. Or Leitch, I don't know if exactly how you say his name, but the Deadpool and John Wick guy.
yes,
Did
him.
they also do Nobody?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not directed by him, but
no,
it's,
Right,
same
it's from the
same
same
production team.
production team.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, this was directed by the guy who did Hansel and Gretel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tommy Wirkola or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, his body of work is movies like this.
Right.
He is pretty much in his wheelhouse, and this is like the pinnacle. Yeah, I would say if you're here for some non-spoilery thoughts, it is both a hyper-violent action movie and a surprisingly sweet at times Christmas movie with heart.
Yeah.
It's a weird balance, but it works.
I mean, I would say not to keep harping on it, but like if you like Deadpool, like if you're okay with like extreme graphic violence, and then at the end of it's like, holy shit, this is a love story or a family story or something, and it's like it has heart. Similar kind of vibe, very very similar. Like it's not going to be like, I mean, it's not going to be high drama, but it's going to be kind of out of nowhere, so it hits a little harder. I think if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the action stuff works better than the sincere stuff, and the ratio is off a little bit, but it has to be because you can't really keep doing the violent bits. But I mean, it still works. The balance.
Okay, so it's hard to walk across a tightrope between two tall buildings, right? If you
Probably.
get from one side to the other, it counts, even if you wobble along the way.
Correct. I would say yes.
Sure. That, I mean,
It
in
counts
a
for
life,
this movie,
well,
right?
life or death situation that you put yourself in. Yes, that is
Yeah, I mean,
that is the definition of
That's
winning.
what they're doing by making this movie. Like, if they're
sure.
they're walking the tightrope from one tall building to the next.
Right.
They know that it's dangerous. They manage to get across.
Yeah.
Even though they bobble a couple times along the way, they succeed in making the movie you want to see when you see this trailer.
I think the failing, and I use that very lightly. I don't necessarily mean it the way it sounds, but I think the failing of the sincere scenes is that there are a number of just dramatic scenes to move the plot along, but there are also dramatic scenes that have some sort of comedy bit in them, so that when a scene comes along when it doesn't have any action bit or comedy bit in it, it's almost a little like, what's going to be the little twist at the end of the scene? And then sometimes there's just not that. So, and I think especially at the end, the last like 30 seconds or so, it's like, what's going to be the last little thing?
Right.
What's the last little, he's going to say, Merry Christmas, motherfuckers, and then it's going to fade out after that or something like that. And it doesn't. It's totally sincere at the end. So I think that's the movie's only flaw, but it is not a flaw that is anywhere near close enough for me to go, that movie sucks. I mean, no, this movie's great.
It's
Yeah, I mean, I think we've danced around long enough. Let's enter spoiler territory and just
let's
do
go
our,
ahead and
do
rate
our
this
thing.
bitch.
But yeah, I mean,
Just before we go to spoilers, just understand we all think it's great.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Pause this podcast
Yes.
and go watch it if you haven't. That's
yes, come back in an hour and 52 minutes.
I mean,
Is it really an hour 52?
Yes.
I wouldn't try to tell you how you live your life, except in
I
this
will.
case, I will. Anyone that rents this movie, fuck you. I mean, I'm just like, no, I mean, like right now, I just like it's so stupid because I mean like things like this. If you're even thinking about like watching one of these in the theater things, and it's like it's $20 to rent it or $25 to buy it, why would you even? I mean,
Oh yeah.
look, if
yeah.
the movie's even like, I mean, I don't know, just
The-
you're in for a penny, go in for the pound. I mean, just don't fucking rent.
A lot of
something.
times
the
it's
rental
weird.
is very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that because a lot of times recently they have put out the $20 rental with no option to buy it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if that's the only option is to rent it, okay, fine. You know, you're gonna get your
Yeah.
family together and watch it, fine. But in these situations when it's like $5 more to own the thing versus renting it, it's like,
I feel like this
Please
is a
don't.
test case. I feel like
No.
this is one of the first movies this year that has done that. They have had very early rental windows.
some of the last big ones have done that too. I think like the Batman did that right away too. It was like, I mean, I think probably because it was also on HBO Max.
That's why.
But yeah, it was like, you know,
But yeah, for something that just came out in theaters, I think the 5th of December. It's only been out like 2 weeks.
Sure.
You know, for it. This was, I mean, and this was a surprise too. Like this was not announced. Just people found it on iTunes. They were like, Violent Night is out. You can rent it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was like late last night. We were like, hey, why don't we just jettison our movie and watch Violent Night instead? Because we have been super stoked, or at least BJ and I
Yeah.
were hardcore, like, I put that movie inside me right now was when we saw the trailer. But we both had the conversation of, I don't want to go to a movie theater right now to watch that.
Yeah, I don't think the local indie was showing Violent Night yet. So
Yeah. Well, now
that's the only movie theater I'll really go to.
honestly, I think a movie like this. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I think back. I mean, Mackie and I have talked about somehow accidentally going to the same screening of Snakes on the Plane midnight showing, and that was amazing. But movies like this, unless you're in some kind of special screening, are gonna suck. Because I can guarantee you, like 75% of the audience is just it's gonna suck the energy out of the room because they're not gonna be on board. I mean, I'd just be afraid.
I don't know.
This is why I go to the indie theater.
Sure.
Because the people that go, like, I'm not trying to be movie snob, but I am trying to be movie house snob. Like, the people that are going to see Violent Night at the indie theater are like, yeah, we're going to see Violent Night.
Sure. And maybe I'm wrong. I feel like this in a Metroplex, whatever, like standard movie theater.
I feel
you know.
I feel like this one, and like looking at the box office of this movie, it's only made like 55 million or something like that. I feel like this movie probably has the exact audience for it going to see it. I don't think people are just randomly stumbling into this one and going, "Oh, a Christmas movie. Let's see what that's all about."
Well, there are probably some people who would see the poster and go, I might be into that.
Yeah.
As opposed to people who are terminally online like us and know,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
have been salivating to watch this.
I just think it's funny of like all of the nonstop Christmas crap that has been like the last decade of movies. That this is the first film that is called Violent Night. Like, how has no other dumbass horror movie thought of that before? That's insane.
Did somebody maybe have this script somewhere in production or something?
They had like the title grabbed, and it was just like, no, you cannot. Because I mean, like we've seen Killer Santa movies,
right?
You know,
Santa's Sleigh,
yeah, and Silent Night, Deadly Night. I mean, they're there, but you would just think some dumbass indie, garbage movie, because there are so many hot garbage Christmas horror movies made for the cheap. You would think that it would be, a thing that has already come out 5 or 6 times, but this is it. Even the concept, like just fucking Die Hard Home Alone, but with Santa. Like how that's an elevator pitch. That's just like I don't know, Santa's Die Hard man, and it's Home Alone. It's like, yeah, motherfucker,
easy pitch. Yeah,
it's weird. Sometimes movies come along and you're like, I never would have thought of that, and then movies come along where you're like, how did nobody think of that? So,
and I could swear, like, I feel like.
I mean, I don't know that it's
that
entirely original though, because I mean, it's kind of building upon the things that do exist. I mean, Santa's Sleighs was Santa going after the naughty list, essentially. Like, what if it wasn't just coal you went murdering or whatever? I mean, I just feel like it's.
I feel like
we've come. Other things had to exist for this to then now exist. Maybe,
but
perhaps.
I feel like
also seems stupid in hindsight.
Movie folk like us have to have had this conversation before. But like, what if you did a movie where Santa's the hero and whips ass, like Die Hard? Throw some Home Alone in there too. Fuck it, just say Home Alone in the movie, and then you can do Home Alone things in it.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say like Santa with Muscles was probably a bit like this, but
he wasn't actually Santa, was he?
I don't think so. I think he was a con
remember.
man.
Yeah.
I don't remember Santa with Muscles. Fuck that movie. Even if I liked it, fuck that movie. Because this movie is better than Santa
and
with
that was
Muscles.
Hulk Hogan. And fuck the Hulk Hogan. We put him in the camel clutch, break his back.
Right. Exactly. So we're into spoiler territory now. So just come back later. I don't think we need to go throughout the entire film, but I think it's very easy to point out the plot, which is that there's this rich family that is taken hostage by John Leguizamo and his group of Christmas idiots.
Point of fact, they're all assholes except for the mom and the kid.
And like the bad guys infiltrate the house by posing as caterers, which like right away you guys were like, man, look at all these caterer stuntmen are gonna get fucking wrecked. So you just see them walking through the house. You're like, oh, all these guys are bad guys.
Yeah, I mean,
look at them.
They all look like like if you were doing a central casting call for Eastern European bad guy.
Right. Well, it's another situation of just like, well, okay, you've got the whole UN here of of terrorists,
Right.
From various factions of things.
Die Hard.
Yeah. So
We should have a counter that's like Die Hard, Home Alone, Die Hard 2.
Yes. Because there's money in the vault. That's why they're there.
Also Knives Out, basically, too. Because I mean, the family is all shitty, like Knives Out people.
Yeah.
True. It is a bit of that.
Yeah.
But it's a heist. They're not hiding it. They're like, give us what's in the vault. There's supposed to be money in this vault. There's the Die Hard part. There is the Home Alone part because there's a little girl who was allowed to watch Die Hard or Home Alone, and the movie is very upfront with what it's doing. I kind of appreciate that because it references both Home Alone and Die Hard. Home Alone is name dropped several times. Die Hard even gets mentioned when he flings a Blu-ray at someone. Die Hard Blu-ray. But yeah, then you have to do your own work to get to Die Hard 2, which is
not hard.
Not Die Hard.
Well, I mean, it's even easier when you realize what I did when I was like and watching it, I was like, wasn't John Leguizamo in Die Hard 2?
Mm-hmm.
And he is. He's one of the random soldiers.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in the first team or the second team, because that's we're in spoiler territory. The initial group that comes in, the caterers, that's led by John Leguizamo. There is the promise that the
extraction team is coming.
Their bodyguard extraction team backup kill squad, whatever that this rich family has on hire, is going to come in and save them. But spoilers, they're like John Amos. They're they're bad too.
Yeah, they're also
in
bad.
also in it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just spoiled Die Hard 2. Also, I realized. So spoiler tag for
we
Die
were
Hard 2.
we were in spoiler.
Well, I mean, I don't think
safety
we
of
spoiler tagged
zone.
Die Hard 2.
Yeah, we
but
did. Sorry, we spoiled Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Sorry.
How's the same thing happen to the same podcast twice?
Another Die Hard callback
Mhm.
or homage. All of the walkie-talkie talking, like
Yeah.
there's that scene where Santa and Trudy are just talking back and forth, like Bruce Willis and Al.
Al the Pal.
Oh, pal.
Reginald Vell Johnson.
Well, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want the actor's name, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to put
You
some
mean
respect
Carl?
on that man's name. No.
They're using push-to-talk radios, but
Yeah.
they are not pushing to talk.
They're making a vague attempt at it, and that's
Yeah, but they're talking over each other and
Yeah.
interrupting each other.
I do appreciate that. Like they were like, okay, we want to use technology that people have like stopped using for 10 years. So they do actually they make a point of like having the dad go to the closet and dig out the little bloop bloop radios that everybody had for
Yes.
a couple years that nobody uses anymore.
It's a weird thing that they never do the scene where the bad guys just change their channel on the radio and
Well, he magically can tune into both channels. I mean, yeah,
it's not magic.
it's Christmas magic.
The radio that he has.
Okay.
I have that radio.
yeah,
The radio that
it's got
Santa
good and
gets.
bad guy channels on.
Not really, but it does have an A/B function where you can basically listen in on two channels
Okay,
at the same time.
okay.
Kind of wacky.
Nice.
Yeah, a
That's
little
what I do with $1 million.
Yep.
2 channels at the same time.
Yep. Pretty sure I can make that happen. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, they break in. I mean, I guess we should talk about the rest of the cast too. I mean, there's not a lot of named people, but I mean, there is Beverly D'Angelo is the matron of the family. Just randomly.
Yep. The sister from The Righteous Gemstones is
Yeah.
the daughter.
Well, that's a tie-in to. I mean, there's no real other tie-in to
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas
it
Vacation.
does
right?
make you instantly
I guess,
think, oh
sure.
right, Christmas
But it does.
Vacation. Sure.
Like when I think Beverly D'Angelo, that's the first thing my brain goes to is
Right.
Christmas Vacation. So
Or Al Pacino.
Paints.
Wow. But I mean, the thing about it is that there's a lot of montages of Santa. Now, Santa, as played by David Harbour, is grizzled as shit. Like he doesn't. He's like, this is my life. Fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm not like exaggerating his attitude or language. He's
Hopper from the first season of
Yeah.
Stranger Things when it's just like I'm still maybe drunk or like
yes.
yeah.
So-
giving up on life. I keep
Yeah.
looking at my gun.
I
in a
mean,
weird way.
the movie starts with him in a bar in the UK. He's just like taking a break, and there's like a mall Santa there. Like, hey, Santa, how's it going for you? He's like, I've just been doing this too long. So
Well, they even get to do the old joke of like I mean that is an old joke of like Santa at the bar and like the reindeer do most of the work, but I
Right.
mean you aren't driving, are you? I mean, just saying that I just think I don't know why I love like working old dad jokes and
Yeah.
to a
Yeah,
movie
classic
like that.
drunk
Yeah.
Santa joke.
yeah. But the thing that kicks the movie into motion is that Santa is in this house when everything starts to go down. It's not like he comes to help or anything like that. It's not that kind of movie. It's not like Santa's flying over and, gets a call on the radio from the girl or anything like that. He's in the house. The girl has made homemade cookies, and there has been this sort of like montage of him eating other people's cookies, and they're all garbage, and he hates it. They did leave out skim milk, which he did not like. He pours most of it out and then has himself
Yeah, he
an
pours,
adult beverage.
he because they're rich, they have top shelf liquor.
Yeah.
He grabs this bottle, it's like a century
I
old
think it's
bottle
brandy or something.
brandy
yeah.
or something, and just pours it into the leftover milk glass. And so, credit to the set dressers. It just for the rest of that shot is slightly milky brandy.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking disgusting, but
He likes it.
he
There-
likes it.
What is people do drink milk and what? There's whiskey. There's something that people drink for some reason. Milk and something together. It's gross, but
Coffee,
yeah, I mean I don't know.
cereal.
No, there is. I know
It's one of the alcohols that people drink together.
It's
It's
one
gross.
of the alcohols.
I mean, not
Milk.
I'm saying like not one of the like
I understand.
unusual like
Yes. It's something in the Drambuie.
I think it's more
Is it a Brandy Alexander?
maybe I don't know.
Probably a Brandy
I like her.
Alexander.
She's in shows.
Delicious milk-based
What?
cocktails.
Candy Alexander's an actress.
Oh,
White
you're-
Russian has
well,
cream in it.
yeah, that's true. It does have an half for cream. Yeah.
But anyway,
there we go.
he's
So,
there.
maybe potato salad.
He is sat down into a massage chair and is just enjoying his life. Like he's just like whatever. So he's there when all this goes down. He's caught in the middle of it.
Actually, just tries to escape. He's like, nope.
Yeah, but because he's gotten so goddamn surly over the course of the evening, his Christmas magic is gone. He can't escape, so he has to hide. And basically, that's what sets the whole thing in motion.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well,
he's like,
he
"Please don't hurt
wrestles
me."
with a guy with a machine gun. They shoot at the roof. The reindeer hear it. They take off
Yeah.
and strand him. So,
So he's stranded. He
Yeah.
has no powers, but he's he's also like a Norse warrior. He's a fucking battlefield murderer.
Yeah, I kind of want I kind of want more of the backstory.
Pretty good. I kind of liked how vague it was. I even liked it almost if they had just kept the one shot.
Oh,
Like
him
the
just
first,
standing
like,
there,
introduction.
bloody with a huge beard.
Well, no, just like the helmet and the blood and the sweat dripping off of
Oh,
him,
yeah.
and then they cut away from it. They go back to it later, but just that one shot of that was enough for me. I'm like, oh, all right.
yeah, because I mean, so the reason we get the backstory is he's wounded at some point and has to stitch himself up while
my God.
biting down on a cookie, I believe.
Is it a cookie or was it a coaster?
It's
Is
it's
it a
something
coaster?
harder.
Oh, okay. But anyway, he's just like, I thought he was just, I didn't
Would
think.
have been hilarious if it was a cookie and he was just biting through.
Yeah.
It was still funny.
But yeah, but he has to like stitch himself up, and he's completely covered in like tribal tattoos and stuff.
Yeah,
And
he
so
takes
they-
off his shirt.
it's all like Norse or Celtic.
Yeah.
I
mean, he is still schlubby. It's not like he's not fucking groundskeeper Willie when he takes his shirt off or anything.
Right.
But it's he's kind of schlubby David Harbour, but also just covered in these tattoos, and you're just like, good lord. But yeah, he stitches himself back up, and that whole sequence is just amazing. I mean, just
Okay, so he's got like a Santa candle, and I think it was it an ornament hook that he used
I think so.
for the needle? I think he
Yeah.
straightens out an ornament hook, lights a Santa candle so he can sanitize it. He uses like this gold thread.
he uses wrapping paper as the bandage.
Wrapping
and
paper as the
wraps it with a
bandage.
ribbon.
Yeah, with the ribbon.
ties it in a bow.
Yep.
And then there's so many good jokes in this. Less than the trailer would lead you to believe, and some of the ones that are in the trailer are not in the movie.
It's
but,
yeah.
Yeah, here's the tire that was in the coming attractions, but not in the final picture.
um,
Sorry, the most esoteric reference.
the Trudy calls him when he's finishing stitching himself up, and she's like, Santa, what are you doing, or whatever, and he's like, I'm just wrapping something up. Or I'm just wrapping up. And
Well, they've had a conversation before where, because like when they're all thrown into the room with terrorists, like no one notices that she has this radio, or they don't care. But she's like, she's been talking to Santa because she didn't get to go to the mall to see Santa.
Yeah, it's dad works too much. Didn't take his daughter to see Mall Santa, so he makes up a thing. He's like, he goes and finds one of the old boop boop radios in the closet. It's like, it's a magical radio. You can talk to Santa, but he's real busy. He probably won't answer you, so you can tell him your Christmas list because I didn't take you to see the Mall Santa.
And then that's how they find out what she wants for Christmas by
Which is them getting back together. Cause
mom and dad have
it's
separated
that
but
kind
not
of thing.
divorced yet because dad sucks.
Yeah. When he kills one of the terrorists and takes the radio, he then switches it and hears her, and she's like, he responds to her, and she's like, Santa, and he's like, yeah, like what?
Right.
How do you? What's
He's
happening?
confused. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, they are talking the whole time, and she eventually gets away and hides in the attic and plans this whole Home Alone nonsense that happens later. But yeah, this just becomes Santa and the little girl murdering people to death horrifically.
Yeah.
So much horrific violence.
Yeah, I mean, he tells a whole story about, he was Klauskinson or something like that. He was a, Viking warrior and, became Santa Claus and blah, 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 did a lot of bad things. And I had Skullbreaker, a hammer. And at some point, Skull Crusher, sorry. Skullbreaker's almost Stormbreaker. But yeah, not
He
quite.
starts talking about, like, I had these 3 heads lined up. He's telling this to the girl.
Uh-huh. But anyway, like at some point, like he finds himself in a tool shed and finds a sledgehammer, and that becomes his weapon for the rest of the movie, basically. But before that, I mean, he's killed people with like Garland and other random things.
It's a very good build up to that. the way they do it is really good because he's hoping that he gets to see Mrs. Claus again, and he's fidgeting with his wedding ring, and it comes off and rolls across the floor, and he's like, "Oh no!" And it goes over to where the sledgehammer is.
Yeah.
It's sort of bathed in light, and it's
Yeah, the ring even dings against it.
Yeah. And that is right around the time that the kill squad has shown up and revealed that they're bad guys, and they are all coming for Santa. And they basically, the only point of them is to all walk into the shed and get fucking wrecked.
The point of them is to wear white outfits so that they show up on the dark background and show and highlight the blood.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
They all just get murdered to shit with a hammer in
But at
tons
least
of fun
Ice
ways.
skates.
But at least they were wearing the winter camo like they should be.
They
Unlike,
were.
the bad guys in Bond movies in black in the snow. But,
Right,
right.
Yeah.
Dumb.
It's more look, in the world of super spies, it's more important to look intimidating.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
To actually hide?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to dress like a ninja, so you can't be seen.
Right.
Except in the snow.
Yeah, the Empire probably had like black suit stormtroopers in for the snow. I mean, actually, we didn't because we saw Hoth, but
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying they were dumb like that.
So one of the guests at the house is the lady from Righteous Gemstones. Her husband is Morgan Steele, played by Cam Gigabit.
Camelot gigantic.
He is like this sort of like action movie star, but like real shitty. And
He's like the guys that we see a lot.
yes, exactly. And I mean, like he's saying stuff the whole time. Like there's a 9/11 joke in this movie where
Oh my god.
like it's going along, and I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, holy shit, this movie's got a 9/11 joke in it because he's like, man, if I had been on the plane with the 9/11 terrorists.
It's also a riff on the very real thing that Mark Wahlberg said.
Right.
Like
It's just still strange. Like it feels like, I don't want to say too soon because I don't, but it's still like, it just seems like a thing that everyone just wrote like, no, we're not doing that. So he starts telling this like, I don't know if I've been on the plane 9/11. It's just like, Jesus, guy. But it fits in because this guy's a colossal douchebag.
Also, I think if you'd been on the plane for 9/11, you'd be 5. But I don't know how old Cam Gigabit is, but
Yeah. You're probably right.
yeah.
And he has this other great bit where he's just like, it seems like he's snapping into action because he kicks one guy and then does parkour over the couch and defenestrates himself out of a window and runs away. And they're all just standing there looking at him like, hey.
and wife Alva, I think her
Yes,
name is.
Alva.
She's like, I thought he was going to save us.
What's the actress's actual name? Edie something, right?
Edie Patterson.
Edie Brickell.
No.
There's only one Edie, and it's Brickell.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, and that guy, like, he gets the chump's death that he deserves.
He does.
Because after he leaps out the window, he still doesn't know that the extraction squad
It's the reveal.
yeah,
or
this
the
is-
bat. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, because they're like, hey, what's going on in there? And he's like, he explains it, and they're like, well, sucks for you.
Yeah.
And they just
And they
light
just-
him up. Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird because, I mean, apparently, I guess his wife and son saw this, but they didn't ever really have a reaction to it. It's just later he's like, it real sucks about him.
Yeah, we don't get the reaction at the time. It's just later they're like, hey.
Yeah, well, she's like, it really sucks about it. He was really hot.
Yeah, he was hot.
he was an idiot, but he was hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Santa murders people with Christmas canes. He murders
Candy
one
canes,
guy
yeah.
with a Christmas star off the tree.
Oh yeah,
And
isn't that like one of the
I
first guys
think
he
it's,
murders?
it's
Yeah.
the first guy he kills. It's the one he gets the radio from because it's so good.
The first guy he kills, he drops on the icicle.
That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
which
right.
which they do a good job of showing it to.
Yeah.
Like, here's the icicle, and you're like, all right, I've seen movies do it.
I've seen plays by Russian
Yeah.
playwrights.
But like this is the first guy he kills like hand-to-hand combat. He chucks that guy out of a window. The icicle killed that guy. The thing I like about also is that the trailer kind of gave you the impression that at one point he's like, no, don't hurt me, and he gets hit with a gun, and then he's just like, motherfucker, and then he becomes like this unstoppable killing machine. He's not that. He's obviously this ancient warrior and all of that, but he's not really like unstoppable. He's very prone to get
Right,
dead.
he gets fucked up a lot. Yeah.
I mean, well, they highlight that right off the bat because the guy is turning the gun to shoot at him, and he has to grab the barrel as the guy is doing the spray around the room, and then he has to react to like the fact that the barrel heats up very quickly
Yes.
on a machine gun.
He has to shove it in an ice bucket.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying, like right off the bat, they're like, he's not using Santa magic to fight. It's like he's going to get burned
Yes.
from the gun. It's
Yeah.
like, you know,
he's obviously a big, beefy, powerful man, and he will do lots of murdering, but he is not an unstoppable killing force. He's going to get hurt a lot.
yeah. The only exception is that like there's twice where he is able to actually summon his Christmas magic to whisk himself up a chimney, once for an escape and once for the
Finale.
But yes, but yeah, I mean, so I'm just saying, like that's other than that, it's like it is all like just what a Viking warrior might possibly be able to do with Christmas accoutrement around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about this movie is that, and it's a lot of things I like about this movie, but one thing is the way that scenes are punctuated, in that when he gets his first like hand-to-hand kill, he stabs a guy in the eye with the star from the Christmas tree, and that guy is still like, motherfucker, I can't believe you stabbed me with a Christmas star. I'm gonna kill you. He's like, oh shit, what do I do? I'll plug it in. He plugs it in, and this thing starts sparking and it electrocutes him, and you're like, okay, that's a movie death. But then his head catches on fire.
Yeah.
Like he's already dead, but his head catches on fire and continues to burn. Just burns and burns and burns.
Yeah.
And it's like
I
that.
feel like my head's on fire.
It's like an extra step that I really appreciate. The way the final fight ends between him and John Leguizamo, where it's just like, at first I was like, oh, this movie's not gonna, like the scene in the in the barn or whatever with all the dudes that he murks with a hammer, that's gonna end up being the best murders in the movie. But then like the final way
Yeah, I mean,
Leguizamo
I was gonna
goes
say,
out,
they-
you're like, oh my god.
They twist it just enough where I was like, okay, I think I know what's going to happen, and it's going to be like a Blade 2 situation. I thought he was going to, all right, whatever, are we down to the end? Because I mean, he's just whatever.
No, not yet.
He's murdered a lot of fools, and then so, but
There's the one guy who basically sees him and is like, oh, Jesus Christ. And Santa's like, nope. Chases after him. He pulls the pin out of a grenade, and he's like, nah, and takes it, shoves it up the back of his like jacket, and says like stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
And then walks away. And then he's gonna do like cool Santa, doesn't look at explosions, but then he's like, I gotta watch. Turns around and watches it blow up, and he's like, yeah.
he's just kind of like, because that's every time he laughs, it's a variation on ho ho ho.
Right.
It's pretty fun.
That attention to detail really good in this movie, but that one I clapped. I don't normally. A little embarrassed to admit that I clapped, but it just was the moment that.
It's all right. If you clap loud enough, Santa can hear you.
Yes.
And he will murder a person with a grenade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Yeah.
Because you believe.
Every time you clap, Santa gets a grenade and murders somebody.
Oh, I love that. My hands are going to be so sore for different reasons now.
It's a
finally.
wonderful death.
But that was the moment that this movie.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was the point that this movie just like. It was already firing on all cylinders, but that's the moment that it like took the lead, won the race, got over the whatever. That was the moment I knew that that this was the greatest movie of all time.
It's pretty damn good. I mean, there are little bits of dialogue that are fun. John Leguizamo is trying really hard. I don't feel like he was given enough material to really be a top-notch bad guy. He's got some great lines, but a lot of his lines just end up being like, fuck. It's just like, okay, that's not really... I need you to say something else. But, he has that one line to his lady henchman where they're all starting to believe that they've got Santa tied up, and he's telling them things that they only knew. And, they're all like,
yeah, cool, because they've all been using stupid code names like gingerbread and
right, and he knows their real names, and he tells them what they got in like 1982 for Christmas. And she's like, maybe he's the real Santa. And John Leguizamo's like, look, I know you're an idiot, but you don't have to be an idiot out loud. Which is just a great thing to say to someone.
It really is.
Wow,
and also,
fuck you.
I've said my pieces about John Leguizamo over the years. I mean,
he's better now.
I've come to peace with John Leguizamo. He is not Kristen Wiig to me. Like, I'm not like seeking out John Leguizamo movies, but I've
Hasn't
like
come around the corner yet.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I've made peace with John Leguizamo. However, this is a line that like I feel like he and only a handful of people in the world could deliver properly, and he does it. He nails it. I'm saying like it's his. It's like it's somewhere between like streetwiseness and also just like I've had enough of this shit attitude that John Leguizamo has. That it's like that's the only way that line works. It's just like I know you're an idiot, but like try not to do it out loud right now.
Yes,
and it just works. It's really good.
Yeah, they do a good job of not straying into the Leguizamo zone.
Sure.
Where he's just like blah, 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 blah.
he's not the pest.
Right. They don't write him that dialogue.
Right.
They just write good dialogue and hand it to him.
Yeah.
Good enough most of the time. I mean, this movie is not not one of your not walkie-talkie. It is a walkie-talkie movie, but it's not one of your like political walkie-talkie.
Oh, you mean like an Aaron Sorkin
That's
walk
it.
and talk?
Aaron,
Okay.
Aaron Sorkin. Thank you.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
That's a walk and talk, not a walkie-talkie. Yeah.
Right. My brain's full of Christmas murder.
Sure.
So
Sure.
But yeah.
Gold, frankincense, and murder.
Yes. Oh, that's also a good.
Now we use that for
episode.
Santa's sleigh.
Did we? Okay.
Goldberg, frankly incensed, and murder.
That's right. We're hilarious.
Such a good title.
How fantastic are we? Patreon.com.
Yeah. Sorry,
BMF.
we're gonna have a quick little circle jerk here. We'll be back in a moment.
Sorry, we should have won a Peabody Award for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
It's a crime that we didn't.
At least
At
a
least a
streamy or something.
Webby?
Yeah, Webby or streamy.
Nominate us for a Webby.
Best episode.
The best way you can nominate us for a Webby is to go to patreon.com/BMFcast and give us money.
Right. And then we'll submit on your behalf.
Right. We will submit your dollar to our pockets. Where was I? We're awesome.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Your brain is full of Christmas murder. That's where we were. Because it's not, the dialogue is not
Oh,
Aaron
yeah,
Sorkin-y,
yeah. It's not
highbrow.
it's not like great. There are those good lines. There's like 24 good quips in this movie.
Yeah, that line is. I mean, that's a solid clapback in like any movie for like anybody
Absolutely,
saying anything.
yeah.
Like doesn't have anything to do with this. It's just like that was in somebody's notebook of like I'm going to put that in a movie one day.
Yeah, that's,
Right.
yes.
That's a notebook line.
But overall, it's not like, oh my God, this is such a good writing. Yeah. Such naturalistic dialogue. And they don't, and like I said, they don't write Leguizamo-esque dialogue and hand it to him. They just write solid lines and give him a few really good ones, and he nails it.
Yeah.
I guess he
So
does a
I
pretty
mean,
good
the
job.
direction was easy. They're like, be your character in John Wick, just now you're evil, because that's what he's doing. I mean, he's just it's that same like
Yeah.
just to the point of like I don't have time for this shit, and I can talk back to anybody because I'm kind of on the side of all this. Like so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I mean, they have a battle at the end.
Triangle wins.
Yeah. But I mean, I like how they stage it in that John Leguizamo has snow spikes on his shoes because he was riding a snowmobile.
Yeah.
So he's got traction in this fight against Santa, who does not.
Yeah, they're fighting basically on ice.
Yes. And so because at first you're like, come on, how are these two going to have the climactic battle? That's dumb.
Right.
But they come up with some clever ways to even the odds, basically.
And Leguizamo's character is clever.
Yeah.
And
Santa is getting increasingly injured.
this as well.
But the way Santa resolves this situation, they are fighting outside where there is a stone fireplace. Like there was probably once a cabin there of some kind.
Or it's an outdoor fireplace,
Sure.
something like that.
All that remains is this stone fireplace with a chimney that doesn't exactly have a wide opening, let's say.
Right. As soon as you see it,
Yeah.
you know Santa's going up that chimney.
Clearly, I mean, it's there. It's
Sure.
Like, it's like there. It's centerpiece.
It's there
like,
to be
yeah.
gone up.
But you're thinking like, okay, he's
Yeah.
going to go up the chimney and he's going to come off the top rope.
Right.
Bone saw's ready. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
whatever.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
I
he's-
never in a million
No.
years would have said, oh, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Because basically, like, he's getting his ass kicked and then he gets free and he grabs John Leguizamo and does his Santa magic, goes up the chimney while holding John Leguizamo, who does not have Santa magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Santa emerges at the top of this chimney covered in chunks of John Leguizamo.
And holding like a 18-inch by 18-inch piece of
and he's holding Tiny Tim, who did not live.
right.
and laughing again. Also slightly horrified at what just happened,
Right.
but mostly laughing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I would have loved a 5-star Santa splash off of the top of the chimney.
That's
though.
what I figured was he was just going to get up there and just be like, all right.
Yeah, I thought he was going to zip up there with one of his weapons and just from the top rope.
Right. It was
Like,
slow motion, 300 shot.
That's what
you
I
know.
meant by the Blade 2 thing, of like when Blade suddenly
Yeah.
can teleport across the room and does a WWF move, whatever, off the top rope.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
But it's not that. It's more horrific than that. It's gross and bloody and awful. And then everyone's just like, well, Santa. Holy shit. And then Santa dies.
Right. The leader guy of the fake extraction team blasts him off of the chimney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Beverly D'Angelo shoots that man in the head.
Yep.
So, but anyway, Santa is mortally wounded.
Mm-hmm.
And then Santa dies. And then they all have to believe in Santa. And Santa's like, he comes back to life.
I kind of like that. Like at the end of this, it's still pretty much left that like nobody but Trudy believes that he's actually Santa. They're all just like, "Thanks, mystery guy who was
Yeah.
at our house for some reason and
Yeah.
saved us." But at the very end, they're like, "Look," and his reindeer come back and brought his backup sack.
And then the
Because
lesson.
I don't think we even mentioned his bag of tricks got burned by John Leguizamo because they were like pulling presents out and like, what is this bullshit? That's where the henchmen's like started to believe. And
He is so angry that every kid has asked for a video game for Christmas because he just keeps pulling wrapped video games out of his sack. He's so angry about it.
that's another one of the good lines. Is like, didn't anybody ask for like a bat or
Yeah.
a claymore or something? Or broadsword or something? But
Yeah, it is a sword. Yeah, because like even throughout the little montage of Santa being disgusted by his job at the beginning, he's like he's reading kids' Christmas lists, and like the first 4 items are cash, and the 5th one is video games, which I'm sorry is pretty close to what my Christmas list used to look like when I was a kid. Cash. Yeah. But yeah, they had thrown his magic sack into the fireplace at one point, and he was very distraught about that. But it turns out the reindeer left to go get his other sack, and they came back.
yeah, I mean they didn't because they left before his sack got destroyed. But
They knew.
through Christmas magic, they
Yeah.
realized he was sackless.
Christmas magic, yeah.
And Mrs. Claus sent back his.
Gold Crusher.
I was honestly kind of. I mean, I'm thinking, if this movie even did halfway well, they will probably do another Violent Night. But I will be very curious as to who they cast as Mrs. Claus because I feel like that was a setup that we didn't get paid off.
God.
I just felt like it was going to be Goldie Hawn again. She's just going to be Mrs. Claus in every
Right.
movie.
Honestly-
the reveal at the end is just like, oh, it's Goldie Hawn.
I mean, since we're so like, it's so kind of like, this movie is so like delivers on exactly what you want anyway. Just make it Winona Ryder. Just,
I mean, yeah.
That would be the
they do
weirdest
make
Mrs.
they do
Claus.
make a reference to it.
To what?
To Stranger Things.
they?
There's he says something about like 5 kids in a small town
Oh.
at some point.
Good for them.
I was thinking Gwendolyn Christie, maybe.
Another Nordic warrior.
Yes!
Oh, sure, yeah, okay. I mean, all right with that.
Sure, yeah.
I'm a genius.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
should
yeah,
know
and then
this.
she can get on the fighting too. Like they go and team up the next year.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She's like his shield maiden.
Yeah,
and
let's-
Brigitte Nielsen.
Except that she wouldn't be any fucking shield maid in Viking culture. She'd be out there just fighting alongside of him.
whatever they call them. I don't know. I'm not a Viking.
They were one of the most progressive like peoples of all time.
Yeah, I thought
mean,
Shield Maiden was the name for the
Shield-
maidens with shields.
I don't think so. I
Whatever.
think that's like more like a.
Let me
you
look
know,
it up.
I think that's more like a lady squire.
She's a Valkyrie.
Well, that's not a real thing, but yeah, okay.
Come on, yes it is.
A shield maiden was a female warrior from
right,
Scandinavian folklore and mythology.
I thought it was more like a squire, but okay, fine. Shield maiden's not a derogatory thing.
I was right.
Okay.
I'm smart.
Bully for you.
There's a lot of bits all throughout this that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
They're good.
So many good bits.
There's lots of good bits. Just solid bits of violence and whatnot. It's good. It's good stuff. You should watch. As we said at the beginning before we got spoilery, you should watch Violent Night. I mean, if you're listening to the show, you know what we like.
This is the movie for you if you are a BMFcast fan.
I mean, look, if you saw the trailer and were intrigued and were like, I'm in on that, the movie delivers
Yes,
on that.
yes.
It is not some bait and switch where it's just like the only good bits are in that trailer and then that's it.
Correct.
No, the movie continues to give you more of that, and so that's a good thing. I just can't imagine you listening to the show going, not really my thing. Like,
I'm sure someone has already done a count, but I'm curious now. What Christmas movie contains the most uses of the word fuck?
Probably Bad Santa.
I mean, Die Hard, this, Bad Santa. I don't know. I mean, there's also Office Christmas Party. I don't know. There's like, I'm saying, like, I'm sure someone has done a count of like,
Probably.
what is the most profane Christmas movie?
The Night Before, probably.
Maybe.
My money would be on the first thing I said, which has already left my brain.
Well, I don't remember what you said now.
I don't either. That's the problem.
Bad Santa, I think was
Yes,
the first thing you said.
I think it's probably Bad Santa. That's going to be my guess.
Okay.
Number 1, Bad Santa, 255 swear words.
Yeah.
Oh, was that just? I mean, I want specifically fuck. Like,
Oh, I don't know if they. I don't know if
so
they
that's, I mean, I just
Bad
feel like
Santa, 254 fucks.
okay,
I don't know. I'm
and
just
one-
making stuff up.
and one
and
gosh
one cowboy.
darn. What's number 2?
The Ref, according to Sunny 106.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
According to what?
Sunny 1063. It's the first result that came up. I could look at mental
some
floss
morning
instead.
zoo. So I just basically had a thought that some fucking morning zoo person had, and what you're telling me, and they
Yep.
did the homework.
Welcome to your calling.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it's also
Morning
actually
zoo.
it's also on mental floss, so
Okay, they stole it
they probably stole it.
and got higher SEO
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're Sunny 103.
I was about to
Sunny
bring out,
1063.
I was about to bring out the Christmas gift that keeps on giving and just become the queef from now on. Like,
Oh.
spoilers!
Please do not.
No,
it was me.
It's not.
I was the walrus.
It's not April. So, do we want to rate this?
Oh right, yes,
Eh,
yeah. We usually do that, right?
Wrap this episode up in a tight little bow. I don't know. Fine. I'll rate it. It's a 5 Jocks movie. I don't know if it's a 5-star movie.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that.
But for a BMFcast movie, it is a BMFcast movie, and I can't fault it for anything. I may be able to fault it on a critical level for a couple of things, but not on our rating scale. I will not. No, 5 Jocks.
Yeah, I have peace and goodwill towards all men, and so therefore, the jocks shall be giveth freely. I don't know how to talk like the fucking Bible, clearly.
Right.
But yeah, I
Just
mean,
tell somebody they can't eat one thing with another,
Yeah.
right.
and tell them.
Well,
what cloth
yeah, I
they
mean,
can
I'll
wear.
give it a 5 Jocks Friday. How about that? Because it's
There
only,
you go.
yeah, no, I don't want to be shellfish. There, I made all the religious jokes.
It's pretty good. None left for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more jokes.
You will not be surprised that I will give this 5 Jocks as well.
God. You threw a Yule in there.
I did. I had to. I had to cover all our bases.
Yeah, it's just good. This one is all W's, no L.
I was in the Christmas spirit when the movie ended.
Oh,
Now it's
sorry.
gone.
No.
Now it's gone. We did realize that one of you said that they filmed like a whole bunch of like nonstop puns for.
Harbour said that.
I saw an interview with David Harbour that it was like the script. I mean, I don't know if they filmed them all, but he was like the original script was like a nonstop one-liner pun fest that he was like they had to dial it back considerably.
I would have liked it even more. It's weird that there are some in the trailer that are not in this movie. He does not say it's time for some season's beatings. So instead, he says, "I'm going to eat them like Christmas cookies."
I'm going to eat through them like
Yeah.
like Christmas.
Which
cookies.
is fine, but at first I was like, this looks like the shot where you're supposed to be saying it's time for
Yeah.
some season's beatings. But
That one didn't get past the senses or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
But the 9/11 joke did.
yeah,
Yeah.
9/11 joke made it.
Yeah, I want to see the Harlow cut, the full unadulterated, puntastic.
Yeah, if this was an Anchorman movie, there'd be a Blu-ray out in 3 months with
Yeah,
12
entire-
alternate cuts.
Yeah, an entire second movie
Yeah.
of nothing but all Santa
Or
puns.
maybe. So, Chuck, what did you say this did box office? 80?
It's on 55 so far.
Oh, 55.
Yeah.
$20 million budget.
Okay, so congratulations.
We'll get another one.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, yeah, I think doubling your budget is usually enough to consider a hit. I mean,
Yeah, and they're gonna make some bank here on
Oh, yeah.
rentals.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people like us who are just like, I'm not going to a theater,
Exactly.
but I will watch a movie.
And a lot of people, like, just don't want to go to a theater right now
Yeah.
anyway, so rentals and purchases is probably a good thing.
The week before Christmas?
Hell yes.
So smart.
It's-
I mean,
it,
really
it got us
smart.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Like, you already got your release push.
right.
It's only going to go downhill from
I mean,
there.
Avatar just came out. No one's going to see this. Avatar probably pushed it out of so many screens to begin with.
Right.
So,
Speaking of, hearing bad shit about Avatar from everybody I know. But it's still making a grazillion
making
dollars.
bank.
Because China loves Avatar, I think.
Wow. Way to go, Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
China loves Avatar.
I mean,
parenthetical,
David
I
Spade
think.
now?
I mean, I that's the thing is like just to show like how to give the opposing viewpoint, I very much would like to see Avatar 2 in a theater, like in an IMAX, the whole everything.
Sure.
But at the same time, no.
But also,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's twofold. I mean, like we still have possible Corona issues, and also like the last several times I've been to movie theaters, it's just like they just don't give a shit anymore. Like in the last one I went to, it's like they cranked the AC down to like 50 degrees and actually
my
sell
God.
you blankets.
Yeah,
They're-
Top Gun. Yeah, Top Gun
Yeah,
Maverick.
there are
when we saw
blankets.
Top
There are blankets at the fucking concession stand, and I'm like, eat a dick. Like, just eat the biggest of dicks. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
fuck off. It's like $20 to buy a fucking blanket at the concession
It
stand.
was 15.
did it have smallpox?
Probably.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were also wafer thin.
Yeah,
Oh, sure. I'm sure they were like airplane blankets.
Yes.
I'm
They
sure
were.
they were. Yeah.
But the fucking audacity.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much you charge for them. The fucking audacity to put the air conditioning
And this
on
was in the middle of
45
summer.
degrees.
It's not like it was like naturally cold. It was like you artificially did this. You have made it
Right.
frigid.
And I know, they just set it on keep
Fuck you
people
mode.
from being
Yeah,
sweaty in the theater because we don't want to smell like theater sweat
no, they're gonna
because
do-
we never clean our seats. But
Theaters.
I've never been cold in a movie theater before that day, ever. And I mean, like movie theaters, everyone's like, "It's so cold. I'm taking a jacket." That's the only time where I was like, "Jesus fucking Christ, I'm going to shiver to death here."
yeah.
Anyway, all that Merry Christmas talk there.
Yeah. So
Yep.
from our little family to yours, happy fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
Now here's the part where we beg for your money.
Right.
Yeah. Also, happy fourth day of Hanukkah.
Depends on what day this releases.
Well, true. All right.
Also, what day you're listening. Happy season
I
of
didn't- it's not
Hanukkah.
that I don't know. It's that I can't keep track of days, and I remember seeing it was day one a couple
few
days
days
ago,
ago.
and I
18th,
can't
yeah.
remember now. So
What day of Hanukkah
I think today is the fourth day.
sure.
is Friday? I don't know.
Yeah. Mazel tov.
It ends on December 26th, so
Okay.
count back from that.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations on your Hanukkah.
Have as many crazy nights as you like.
Stay.
Go. No, just go for it.
All
I mean,
right, yeah.
yeah. You
Let's
can
keep
have
the
as many
crazy
as you want.
nights going.
Okay.
Everybody.
Nonstop Hanukkah.
Happy Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Boxing Day.
It's not really a holiday that people celebrate. I don't think.
What?
I think Boxing Day is like a give presents. I don't think you wish people a happy Boxing Day.
It's on the calendar.
All right, fine. It's on the
It
calendar.
is.
the calendar.
It is on the calendar.
Somebody explain to me what the fuck a Boxing Day is, and then maybe I'll care.
It's
A
when you throw
blessed
your boxes out.
Yule.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. I thought
No,
it
it's
was
where they box up all the oranges to give to the peasants. It's like, oh, we've had all of us rich people have had our.
Oh,
We have feasted on
Yeah.
all of these oranges.
so it is like here, like
Sort
try
of,
not to get
yeah.
scurvy.
It's like
Yes.
we rich have had our fill of these oranges during the merriment.
Right.
Now we will give the ones that we don't want to you, the poor.
Oh, so,
Enjoy our
so you're
hideous
telling me it's a
leavings.
shitty holiday, and I shouldn't celebrate.
It started off kind of
But
shitty.
yeah, but it was no more scurvy. So
But
I just
now-
don't want to call it Happy Scurvy Day.
Now it's more of a like, we're tired of Christmas. Let's chill out.
Let's take
know.
these Amazon boxes outside.
Yeah.
Boxing Day.
A blessed Yule to thee and thine.
Like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, let's get ready to rumble.
Oh,
It's not Boxing Day.
You got to pay $20,000.
I don't. That wasn't even close.
It's $1 million to Michael Buffer.
Yeah, you said his name. You owe money now. I didn't.
No, you can say Michael Buffer. You don't have to. That's not what you get paid for.
Oh. I mean, I could have actually Michael Buffer sauced it, but I'm not gonna because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to anger the YouTube algorithms.
The Patreon doesn't have enough money in
That's true.
the in
Yeah,
the
we
war chest
We don't
to
have
pay
that,
for
that
our
much
Michael
of a buffer.
Yeah. Speaking of, patreon.com/BMFcast. That's where you can pay us to say all of this dumb shit, but more like. There's like a million other podcasts that we do. Give us a small amount of money, and we'll give them to you. They're cool. They're good extra podcasts.
They're cool.
They are.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard, but podcasts are cool now.
It's true.
They are.
Yeah,
They're very in. They're chic.
yeah, they're
You can get them in your pocket. It's like a cast that you can put in your pocket.
Right. We're on the app called Pocket Casts now, too.
We are. No, we've been on the app for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just submitted us to Pocket Cast.
It's been on there.
There's been some bootleg
It's
version
been
of
on there
our RSS feed.
unofficially for years.
Oh, well,
I was
we're
going to say,
officially on
I
Pocket
think
Cast.
Pocket Cast just swept for RSS feed.
and
Yeah,
then-
but
yeah.
you there's a submission form. I'm not sure
Right.
why, but
So you can be official, and so we can email them and go, hey, frig off, or whatever.
Hey.
I don't know. Anyway,
pay us.
yeah, patreon.com/BMFcast. It helps keep the lights on and the bells jingled, and
The missiles towed.
that's right. Yeah, it just helps us pay for shit. Like I'm getting a new studio little computer because this one sucks, so that I can compute.
Yeah, it's going to help him get to the Internet Firearms Movie Database
And the
faster.
Internet Movie Car Database.
Yeah, he
faster.
probably just set those up as startup tabs on that machine.
Yeah, they should always be open.
I should, but I won't.
The new machine will be super fast, and it will.
No, it won't.
I'm sure it will.
It'll be fine.
It's got a Celeron processor. In it.
Ooh.
The processor in this jacket is faster than a Celeron, Chuck.
Like
Do they even still make a Celeron processor?
Apparently, it's in this
Oh.
laptop that's coming from PJ.
It's like a different kind of.
No, I honestly thought they just branded something as the Intel
It's a
chip
Celeron
or something, the Pentium or something like that. They just dropped. I thought they dropped the Celeron name, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No, they like it.
Okay.
Anyway,
It means not quality.
it's for like it's for Chromebooks basically,
Okay.
and that's what this one's going to be. So, tidying up things. We got lights. We got lights. We got lights. We got better cameras so you can see our beautiful faces better.
And mine.
So yeah, thanks to all of our patrons who have given in the past. We really appreciate you, and it hasn't helped my drug addiction, but it has helped my drug addiction. If you know what I mean.
I think we do, and we need to have a talk.
More drugs. Anyway, email us, bmf@bmfcast.com. Give us a call on the Garfield phone, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. If you are drunk as shit on New Year's Eve and want to leave us a message, that would be hilarious.
Oh yeah,
We might not play it, depending on how profane you are, but
Here's a challenge.
We'll definitely listen
See
to
if
it.
you could be the first one to leave us a message
in the new year.
Yeah. wherever you are.
right.
If you are, and we select you, we will text you back about a special prize.
Yeah, no matter what time of day it is. It might be 3:01 your time. I don't know.
If you are the first in Eastern Time,
No, I say anywhere across the world. It's 24 hours.
somebody could just do it now and be like, "Oh,
That's
That's
not how
that's
time
too
works.
much time.
Yeah.
They would have to be. They would have to be on Mars.
okay." If you're the first,
No,
person,
that's only 30 seconds ahead.
Oh,
If you're the first person on Earth on New Year's Day, call us from the Garfield phone, on the Garfield phone, and we will know by your zip code
right. Which comes through.
comes through. We will know if
Zip
you are
code?
if you are in a proper time zone to be calling.
Right.
Also, we get a timestamp. So we'll
Yep,
know.
we do get a timestamp.
It's true. Yeah. Technology. Holy shit. Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we?
No, I think we should stay.
Oh, okay.
No, let's go.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Holy Christ!
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out. Happy holidays, motherfuckers. Farts.
Air biscuits.
Exactly. Elf
Air
Bowling
biscuits.
6, the movie.
Air biscuits.
I bet that Elf Bowling movie is terrible.
I hope we watch it
Oh,
next
I
year.
guarantee it's terrible.
I don't want to watch. You want to watch it? You say that. I try to put good movies in front of you, and you're like, ugh.
Did I
What
say
good
zip
movies have
code?
you
I
ever
meant
tried to
area
show
code.
me?
Fuck.
Violent Night.
Area code doesn't matter. It's fine. What?
I just explained that. That was my opening salvo on this, is that I've been burned by things like this too many times.
I understand.
But
Finally,
when else have you tried to show me a good movie?
Any
The
movie
Poseidon Adventure?
with a
Like-
train in it has been good.
Okay.
Any movie with Jeff Fahey is delightful. When he teams up with Ernie Hudson specifically,
Sure.
so good.
It's magic.
Movies about sharks
Mm-hmm.
There was that one Apocalypse movie where they all jumped around on trampolines a lot. That was good.
What?
That was really good.
Okay.
Except for the rape. That was bad. But but the rest of it, them jumping around on trampolines, was really good. What?
Nothing. I'm just watching you guys have fun.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you should do that. Waiting for this to hit the live. Oh, there it is. Oh, my God. Look at him. He's ascended. You guys are the Heaven's Gate cult. Put on your Nikes. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Have a good time.
Just playing with dramatic lighting here.
It's very dramatic.
It's too much lighting.
Bong. Whoa. That looks like your fucking Dragon Ball over there.
Dragon Ball all
Yeah,
over your face.
I'm not old enough to be Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
That's fun. We have fun here.
Yeah, we do.
We're just buying toys with all your Patreon
Yeah,
money.
sure.
That's really all we're doing.
It's not true.
And hamburgers.
Hamburger.
It's true.
Hamburger.
Still can't believe that hasn't come true yet.
Oh, it's coming. You know it's coming.
I know, but
You're going to get fucking Xfinity Connect, and you're going to have to fucking hamburger it up if you want to watch a show, period.
right.
Xfinity.
Xfinity, use a code.
They already make you yell at the remote to do a lot.
They do, yeah. I saw Busey do it.
Oh, man. Gary Busey.
That was
Yeah.
for the Fire TV, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Or Apple TV. I don't know which one
It was
was.
Fire TV.
Although,
Apple would never hire Gary Busey.
I will say one thing about hollering at the Xfinity remote
Yeah.
that is actually good and useful
Uh-huh.
is if you holler at the remote, "What is my Wi-Fi password?"
Yeah.
It will show it to you on the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yep. It's a smart feature.
That sounds great.
Completely unlike anything Xfinity would ever do.
Yeah, how do they sneak that through?
Whatever software engineer.
It's probably a glitch. It's
Developer-
probably not supposed to do that.
No, it is. It is. Whatever developer out there decided to do that, like to sneak that in, I salute you, because that, and this is a holiday gathering pro tip for you, all you out there in
Steal your
Uberland.
family's Wi-Fi passwords when you go to their house.
Not steal. It's your family. You're allowed to use your family Wi-Fi. That's just the fucking rules. But that's the rules of society anymore. Like if you go over to somebody's house, you get the Wi-Fi password. If you're allowed in the door, you're allowed on the Wi-Fi.
First you get the Wi-Fi.
Then you get the sugar.
You get the password.
Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we?
Right, I'm Harbco.
I'm Slappy.
Bye.
No, it's funny you say that because you were saying like they wouldn't hire Gary Busey. I'm like, yeah, but the Will Smith show just came out on Apple TV.
That was already made.
Yeah, I know, but 12 years of
I mean,
slap.
Gary Busey's not in it. Also, I don't know how we universally came down on the side of fuck Will Smith. I'm still not entirely sure how that happened.
Because that's not how one behaves to comedy.
I don't know.
You know what? Here's
Like
here's,
25% of me is just like, you know what? Chris Rock needed a slap.
Here's
If Chris Rock needs a slap, then we all need a fucking beat to within a half inch of our lives.
I don't know. You talk about my wife on national television in front of my wife who's had a bad day. I might also get up on stage and slap you. And I'll feel bad about it afterwards, but I'll feel really good doing it.
It's so uncharacteristic of what you think of as Will Smith. And this
Yes.
this could be I'm very willing to admit that this is some sort of weird ingrained racism, but Will Smith's always the good guy, right?
Will Smith's subtly had. Will Smith's PR department has worked overtime over the years. He's said and done some shit over the years. That's
Sure,
been very
It's because
questionable.
of his dumbass marriage, the weird.
No, I mean years before that.
But
Things he said about having done like 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yes, that was he wouldn't make out with Anthony Michael Hall.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I mean, it's like there was some very, like, questionably, like, whatever. I don't know, what is that?
But the
Gay panic
impression,
shit. I don't know.
the impression is that he's the good guy, right?
Yes, now absolutely. He's a Hollywood ambassador.
Right. And you always think of like, haha, Fresh Prince, welcome to Earth, cool guy Will Smith.
Yep.
And for people to see him do something way out of character is shocking.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Like I said, I think he has a fantastic PR department because there's also like the weird backstory about how he got the original Vivian fired on Fresh Prince and all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know that
And
he's
I'm-
like as nice a guy as like.
Look,
all
I'm
that,
not
yeah.
saying that he's a fucking saint. I'm
Right.
just saying that's
I
the
know.
impression.
Sure.
He's
Yes.
he's America's black friend. Like that's and
He was. I'm saying this unironically. There was like before we had the MCU and all that. There was talk of like making a Captain America movie, and like Will Smith's name came up, and like the internet did not go like fucking shit like they would now. I mean, like everyone was like kind of accepting at the time, and I'm talking like the '90s. It was like, yeah okay, like if you're gonna race switch, like we would buy him. Like yes, we like him. Yes, whatever. I'm just saying, like fast forward now, and it's like you could say that about the Black Tom Hanks or whatever you want to say, like anybody who like the most unapproachable, like Denzel Washington, somebody who has like nobody's ever said a negative thing about in their life, or somebody you could pick somebody out and people would still just have a problem because they're black. And I'm saying there was a different discourse then of like I will consider that it doesn't make sense for that character if you think about it for half a second.
I think
but
the assholes just have a voice now.
sure perhaps,
Yeah,
but
I think that's the big problem is the assholes have a voice because they've always. If you grew up in my house, you always heard the opinions.
I just think like there was like a conversation at least willing to be had about him at the time because of his goodwill. I'm saying like yeah, okay, I didn't mean that. For once,
Were
for once
they-
I didn't mean that. Yeah.
I don't believe that you ever didn't mean any pun.
I do know how to find him in a snowstorm though.
I
You
just
look for the Fresh Prince.
I think it's just a weird, like when that movie started to come out and everyone was like, oh, I don't know if they should release that. I'm like, the fuck, why?
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
He slapped that
I don't
dude.
agree with that. I don't agree in like the full blown canceling. I'm just saying like it's. I think the whole like idea of a timeout or whatever was fine. Like just like
Yeah.
like all right, like
But there
Work
was
your
just
shit
this
out
run
and-
up to like,
I know,
is he going to do promotion for the film? Like, will Apple let him? Will they even release it? And I'm like,
I'm not.
he didn't.
I'm not that aside. I'm not that far in the cancellation thing. I'm just like it is still like some bullshit to like behave that way about a joke.
I agree.
That's where I'm at.
80% of me is like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. 20% of me is like, yeah, but also shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I think the reason it's
also
an ongoing conversation is because it's such a dumb, non-topical joke. It's just like, why would you even say
Terrible
that? Yeah.
joke. It's. I mean, like, it's so bad.
Yeah.
And for one, like,
G.I.
okay,
Jane
making a
2.
fucking G.I. Jane reference. For two, why was Will Smith so upset about it that he went and slapped Chris Rock? Like, it
I
makes
have
me
a-
wonder that if there's like some beef that we haven't known about.
Well,
like
someone-
they've been fighting in the
Someone
background
put
for a
together
long
a
time.
thing of Chris Rock making fun of his wife for years
Oh, really?
in
Oh,
front of them
Oh,
in all sorts of situations.
so there has been beef. This is just okay.
Yeah. Like if he sees her in the audience, he makes some crack about her, and it's like, why are you doing that? I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not saying he asked for it. I'm not saying like he deserved it, but it has been a long time going. And from the behind the scenes story that was going around at the time was that she was having a very difficult problem with her scalp problem. And look, I know when my wife has issues of some kind with anything and is raw emotionally, if someone made a crack about her, I would launch into a furious state of anger. I don't know if I would get up and slap someone, but I would be like, you don't understand what's going on. You need to shut your goddamn mouth right now.
I think that's the thing. Is like I think if he had done what he did afterwards first, everyone wouldn't have a problem. I'm saying it's not good good decorum to be on live television and say
Take
keep
my
your
wife's
name
name
out your
out
fucking
of
mouth.
your fucking mouth.
Maybe not the right thing to say on live television, but I'm saying like if that was the first reaction, and then like if he was callous or not repentant or whatever, I don't know, maybe words that aren't so lofty, but I'm saying like if it'd be like, oh, all right, just a dumb joke. I'm sorry, man. Like that been how it handled. It'd be like different. I think it's just saying like
but also
just the fact that it just seems so staged, like the fact that he kind of snickered at it and then like looked over at her, saw how angry she was, and was like, "I got to go do something." That's what is like seems so stupid about it.
5% of me is like, you know what the storyline going into the Oscars was? What's going to be the thing that people talk about at this year's Oscars? And I'm not that guy. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I'm a wrestling fan, and those people fucking work the audience all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't necessarily think that's what happened, but it just seems highly that this thing happened of just like this series of like when it went down and people started talking about it, they were like, drama at the Oscars. I'm like, oh, what the fuck now? And you know,
What did Ricky Gervais say?
And they were like,
sorry, that's Golden Globes.
and so like everyone was like, Will Smith got on stage and slapped Chris Rock, and I was like, come on, that can't be real.
Got some good memes out of it.
And then David Spade's reaction was a G.I. Jane 2 joke. That was his. Everyone else was like, what the fuck? He slapped him. And David Spade was like,
Critiquing
G.I.
the joke.
Jane 2?
Yeah, I mean, it's a slap. At the end of the day, it's really more humiliating than anything else. I mean, it's
It was also a very elegant slap. Like, it was graceful.
and fast.
Like, yes, it whipped ass through the air super fast, and there was good form to it. It was.
Well, I mean, he's trained as a boxer.
I'm just saying, like the motion of that was not just like a hey slap. You know, it was just like check this out. It was aerodynamic.
it was like the new iPhone. It was like Johnny Ive came out and decided to slap.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, we're using all
He had style, he had
renewable
grace.
sources in this
He
slap.
had fingers on your face.
It was a 16 megapixel slap. It was the most beautiful slap you've ever seen.
It's an AR slap. AR slap, all
It
right.
was 3 slaps in one. It was just the most amazing thing you've ever seen.
All
I
3
can't help
slaps.
it. Go back and watch it again. You're like, that man. If I could slap someone, I would want it to be as artful as that.
I wish they had like the red carpet.
Do you want to
carpet
slap me? You
through-
can slap me. I don't care. Oh, I mean, I can make you want to slap me.
I went to a birthday party once that ended up at as an after-hours barbershop party, which is one of the weirder things that's happened in my life.
Like y'all just like, hey, we're going to the barbershop.
Yeah,
Did
basically.
you have a quartet? Like, was it a practice session?
No, it was like one of the folks in the group owned a barbershop, and so that's where the after party went was to the barbershop.
Fair enough.
And we were all fucking hammer knocking drunk, and my friend who was all of like 5 feet tall was talking to my 6'4" friend tall, 6'4" tall friend, and she was like, "I've never punched anybody," and he's like, "Really? That's cute. You can punch me if you want to."
Okay, so everyone was drunk.
Yeah. And she's like, no, I couldn't. And I'm like, yes, do it. And he's like, go ahead. Punch me right here.
Oh, offered the jaw even.
Yeah. He's like, go ahead.
That's cocky.
Give me all you got. Mm-hmm. And she reared back and popped him right in the jaw. And he goes, you're cute.
Fell
Walked-
over.
No, he just walked off.
Oh,
But
oh.
She knocked the shit out of him for,
Was he
being
too drunk
tiny.
to feel it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He was not feeling good the next day about it, but it was one of those things like just watching somebody consent to having somebody's best shot. Now, again, tiny person, big man who's been in fights before. Mm-hmm. That's fun.
I don't know. You just
Fun party.
You see those dumbass clips of like where it's arm wrestling, but it's not arm wrestling.
Yeah,
They're
the
just
slap
slapping
fights.
each other
Yeah,
across
slap
the
fights.
table.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Those are just like
That's a different level of slap.
that's
though.
violent. That's like but there's no there was grace to this. It was-
Right.
it
That's
was-
a slap with intent. There's just different kinds of slaps. I mean, you can slap somebody and hurt them really badly. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Beethoven. I mean, but or you can, he's dead. But I mean, like,
he's a
I mean, if you dig deep
decomposing
enough,
composer.
right. Yeah. But I mean, but like a message slap is just like it's all sound. You know, it's just like a hey,
Yeah.
fuck off, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't mean that in like a.
Message.
I say that more to like a lady saying that to a man because I've been slapped. I've said some shit and been slapped in my life.
I
I'm not gonna lie.
do. I understand the complaint, not necessarily a complaint, but the theory basically of that. if he is so quick to slap, perhaps this is part of his nature, and maybe he's a bad person for that. I get that. I can understand
yeah.
that, but without any evidence, all I know is that Chris Rock made a terrible joke about someone who was probably raw emotionally, and he was like, haha, oh, you're mad? Okay, I'll take care of it. And went up there and gave this man the most beautiful slap you've ever seen, and Chris Rock just went, Will Smith just slapped me, and then launched into another joke, and you're just like, wait, is this a bit? What the fuck is going on? And
that's all you should really. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all
Chris
slap should really produce is just like I'm mildly taken aback, and
well,
then
that's odd.
have you never been slapped?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I mean,
I have.
with like a meaning, like
I yes.
Okay.
Not just to get my attention, but
all right,
like,
yeah.
how dare you?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you gotta have at least one. How dare you slap?
Yes.
He had a look on his face like, I'm gonna examine this later, and then went back to work.
Yeah.
Which again is kind of a thing. Like you should absolutely file that moment away, and then
Yeah, it's more like a corrective.
happens.
It's like your auto driving system, like lane correcting.
Yeah.
it's just like, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's ping ponging a little bit in your car.
oh my god.
What?
Sorry, news alert about a bear attack at the zoo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like our zoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
Not exactly
lots of
sure
zoos.
how-
Technically, it's a day zoo, but
Yeah. They killed the bear
yeah, I know.
for being a bear.
Well, it breached its exhibit.
Oh, did it? Oh, fuck that bear. This wasn't a Harambe
And
situation.
had an encounter with a keeper.
Ah.
An encounter sounds like something you pay $12 for and get a little like
Bear
wristband.
encounter,
Yeah.
Yes. I wrestled a bear at the Jacksonville Zoo.
I mean,
If it got out,
if it drew blood, then yeah. I mean, you unfortunately kind of have to.
right? Because once bears draw
I mean,
blood, it's.
I think animals do kind of become feral.
I
mean,
know.
Dick's out for Johnny, a 5-year-old American black bear.
Sorry,
Did
Johnny.
the police shoot him?
No, I'm pretty sure.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
The zoo police shot him.
The zoo police, they will shoot your black bear.
They are the zoo police.
I think the zoo needs to investigate how that bear got out.
I
Because
think the zoo should probably just close down.
There was probably a polar bear that set up that black bear.
I just think the nature of zoos need to go away. I'm not saying animal sanctuaries need to go away, but like the exhibitionism side of it needs to go away.
yeah, I'm just saying
I
though.
love zoos, and I kind of agree with you.
I know. I do too. I love seeing animals, but like not like that
I think
at the same time. You know, like it is kind of like going to visit a prison. It's an animal prison.
yeah. Yes.
It's
Next
not-
week on the BMFcast, Animal Prison.
But yeah, if a bear was able to get out, then there's a problem at the zoo. Shut down the zoo. Figure out how that bear got out.
Maybe he's been planning this for a while.
Fucking Ocean's 11, but it's a
Yeah.
bear. Maybe
he got any which way but loose.
yeah.
Oh wait, that's a monkey.
That's a orangutan.
Damn it. There aren't any, I guess there's only BJ in the bear, right? Yeah, that's like
Well,
no,
there's-
or Grizzly Adams. I mean,
There's the bear,
oh, that's right. Yeah,
and also the upcoming
that had
film.
Jackie Caro in
The
it.
upcoming film, Cocaine Bear.
Oh right, Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah, Cocaine Bear. That comes out soon, right?
Yes, it does.
Maybe this is a promotion for Cocaine Bear. Okay, my friend posted.
It's in Jacksonville. It's Meth Bear, guaranteed.
Oh, we got plenty of cocaine.
There's the movie where the guy tried to hug the bear, and then he got fucking ripped.
The movie where a guy tried to. Oh, Grizzly Man.
Yeah.
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 I guess there's a Revenant too.
Yeah, there is a Revenant.
And now I'm just thinking of all the bear movies now. So
The Great Outdoors.
yeah, big bear.
Big Bear chase me.
Yeah.
Funniest thing I've ever seen is that bear just fucking pounding on that door.
Into the Wild. Did he die by a bear attack or was it just exposure? I don't remember how he died.
Either way, doesn't matter. Bear was
I
involved.
think I'm confusing that and Grizzly Man.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I think he just died from. I went out in Alaska and it's it's cold and
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Anyway, there's lots of bear movies.
Yeah.
There's Grizzly 2, The Baroning.
The Berenstain Bears.
Yep, there's those.
Oh my god, when did somebody die at the zoo? Oh goddamn
today when the bear at the bear encounter.
No, there's like 2 links at the bottom of this article.
Yeah.
Like jaguar slashes man who climbed too close to his enclosure.
Well, shouldn't have
That's
done that.
dude's fault.
That's
Yeah.
dude's fault.
And then, in a second, a jaguar escaped his enclosure. In minutes, another was dead at Jacksonville Zoo.
Good lord. Investigate this.
Another
zoo.
jaguar? Another
that
man?
sounds like
Another one.
That sounds like a second half.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a football joke. The Jaguars suck in the second half, generally speaking.
Not this year.
Not this year. Yeah, we've been
This year
whipping
we
ass in the
we
second
decided to
half.
play football in the second half.
Oh,
The
that's
first
a-
half we're
We
like,
take the first half off.
yeah, we're just
Oh, so they just-
lollygagging
They're
and
trying a new strategy, like only
Yeah.
the second
Yes,
half.
it's
instead.
called winning.
yes,
Interesting.
they decided to start playing some football.
Interesting.
So it's an interesting strategy.
We are in the playoff hunt. It is weird.
It is very strange
Yeah.
and super dumb.
Oh yeah, I guess football has been happening, hasn't it?
There's a
Yes.
possibility. All right. Okay. This
No,
is how,
it can happen. It
this-
can absolutely
No.
happen.
Wait. This is even dumber.
Okay.
There's a possibility this year
Yeah.
that the Super Bowl could be
Uh-huh.
the Detroit Lions versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, the
Yeah.
Fat Cat Bowl, baby.
Suddenly Detroit is good too. I don't know how that happened.
Like
when we-
some bad cats.
Did they resurrect Barry Sanders? I mean, I know he's not dead, but like,
No, they did not.
No,
Okay.
they've
They
got a
just suddenly
decent-
decided to play
They've got a
well.
decent team.
They lit us up. Like every
They
game
did.
we've lost by one score, except the Detroit game where they fucking owned us by like 30 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The Super Bowl could be super fucking weird this year. It'll sort itself out. It always does.
I
but
love that I literally I mean, I've said it in the past. Like I literally just it didn't even occur to me like football was happening. I'm serious. I'm not like fucking around right now. It's just like,
That's fine.
Well, college is done.
Yeah.
Like it's already over.
is it?
Yeah.
I thought they usually
No,
ended
there's-
around
it's
New
bowl
Year's.
season,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Oh,
like,
okay,
but
yeah.
I mean, like, college is done.
I mean, I was like,
fucking
bowl
bowl
games are
games.
always right around New Year's. Like the last one's
Yeah.
like
They've
well,
been going.
Oh, the
all-
last one's
Except
in,
now they go
in
like in February now.
yeah.
Yeah, but it used
Yeah,
to be
they're stretching it out to match the NFL season, I think.
Mhm. And then next year the playoffs get even longer.
They do.
oh boy,
That's
what are we
kinda
gonna have
been a
more
long time
teams or
coming.
just
I
more
know.
teams?
More. It goes from a 14 playoff to an 18 playoff.
But isn't there only like 36 teams?
In college, there's like
No.
400.
Oh, college. Okay,
Yeah,
no,
no, yeah.
all right. I thought you were talking about the NFL. I was
No,
like, isn't
no,
that
no,
half
they-
the fucking
They
league?
can't play anymore. And there are also 2 upstart leagues that play in the spring now. There's the USFL and the XFL. So
Wait, the XFL's still happening?
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing.
The Rock
It's
owns
the 3rd iteration of the XFL, starring The Rock.
Okay.
It will fail spectacularly.
No, I think it's going to fail with a wet fart.
Yes. But
I mean, its failure
mean
will be
an air
complete.
biscuit.
But
An air biscuit.
we did not appreciate the first iteration of the XFL
No,
like we
we
should
did
have
not. We-
because that shit was fucking wild.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "This is not pure football." It's
It
like,
turns
no,
out
it's
it
fucking
turns out
crazy.
that it turns out that we hate me, and we were all wrong.
They had some good ideas.
the USFL is. So I remember they're going to do the AAFL like 10 years ago, and that was going to be all the old fucks that were
Oh, the
college
senior
grades.
league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was going to be like Danny Werfel
Yeah.
with his bald ass running out there. Danny Werfel was going to be part of the AAFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that
just going to
league-
be the
Wait,
college.
like another AFL, like isn't that what?
No, it was called the All American Football League,
Yeah.
and it was basically
Oh,
All Americans.
AAFL?
AAFL,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's like the Legends Tour and the PGA, basically.
Pretty much.
It's
But you were going to see so
slower
many
football.
fucking blown entire knees, just
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Just Jim Theismann with no contact.
If you're a big fan of watching knees explode,
Why don't we just like put our running backs out there with like those spring legs, those like cyborg spring legs?
I'd
that
love to see it.
people have?
I'd love to see. Okay, there
rocket shoes.
are 2 things I'd love to see. I'd love to see the PED Olympics. Let's see how wacky it can get.
Yeah.
Just
really
let people put
juice everyone the fuck up.
whatever drugs you want. You can't compete in any other league.
Yeah.
But you can compete in the. We can't call it the PED Olympics because that abbreviation is bad.
Oh, the pedos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is PED?
Performance
enhancing
enhancing
drugs.
Okay, I was like,
We can call it the enhanced
well, at first I was like, is
Olympics
this like
or the unlimited.
Like, I was like, is this like a
Olympics.
like the para games or whatever? I mean, like I was like, I
No,
was
no,
like
no.
paraplegic. What
Yeah.
else is
No,
what's
no,
the
no.
other letters?
Paralympics is.
Yeah.
I think
No.
what you're thinking of.
No. We're talking about like let fuckers juice
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
as much as they want. Just
All right.
whatever. Let the East
So the
Germans compete
the
as men.
HGH games. Okay.
Right. And then I forgot the other one because I got so excited about the No Rules Olympics. Maybe it was just the same thing with football. Just No fucking rules. Just get the ball.
Just
Get the ball.
just
Take.
Bosworth out there just fucking
Yeah.
juicing it up.
Call it the Blitz League, and just have it be
Right.
basically Blitz rules, just like
Don't kill anybody.
Yeah.
No,
Get out there.
do it safe.
But if you can pick somebody up and like DDT them after a play, then go for it.
yeah.
If you want to wear a shield that covers your eyes so they don't get gouged out, that's probably a good idea.
I mean, rugby has
5-yard
fucking ear
penalty.
protectors. I mean, they don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Because ears can get ripped off. That is a fucking
Yeah.
sport.
Right.
They surprisingly don't rip a whole bunch of ears off.
Well, because they wear goddamn ear protectors. We're goddamn ear protectors. No, I'm just saying, like,
A lot of them
sports like that. I'm just
a lot of
saying.
them don't.
I
That's
know.
the thing.
But
They just
I'm sure they have rules now. I'm saying, like, rugby used to be fucking crazy. But
Well,
then
rugby-
football used to be fucking crazy, too. And
Rugby
Iron
still
Man football.
is crazy. The thing is, they teach. It's a way different style of hitting and tackling and like moving the ball. So you don't have guys like running straight into each other. You have guys running next to each other, and the tackling is all shoulder tackling. You don't lead with your head. That's why rugby players aren't
Concussed.
continuously being investigated for CTE.
They're not the stars of another Will Smith movie.
All right.
But yeah, rugby's cool.
I mean, I think soccer or football would be really awesome if it had, a league that wasn't a criminal organization. I'm just saying, like, I think, like, reinvent FIFA and, like, let the world actually enjoy soccer.
Just dissolve FIFA.
Well, that's what I mean. That's like, I think it would be like, it could really truly be the world's sport if they would just try a little.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we got to get rid of that offsides rule. Once you get rid of the offsides rule, the scores go way up, and we have way better times watching football.
maybe, I guess.
Offsides rule, killing the game. Also, goals, like, make that goal bigger, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Actually, okay, I know how to fix soccer. Get rid of the offside rule. Take the teams down from 11, 12, 15. I don't know how many people are on I don't know. Down to 3.
3.
Yeah.
Right.
3 on 3.
Goal,
Yep.
huge.
Yep.
Ball, huge. Put the players inside of cars with rocket engines on the back. That's your game right there.
Okay.
We'll call it super aerobatic rocket powered
We'll call it soccer.
sock car. Yeah. The Sock Car League. The Sock Car Federation.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Hello, Mackie.
And it's 11, by the way. So the people, I didn't know what number you were going for.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
11 per side on soccer.
Mackie, we miss you too. We also hope you have a fantastic Christmas or whatever you decide to celebrate. I don't know you.
Probably Boxing Day since he's moving. Oh!
Got him.
That and he wants to hand out his old oranges to poor people, whatever shit.
Yeah, he's big
Yeah.
on anti-screw.
Yeah.
We'll absolutely have you back. You're gonna have to sit somewhere else because my bag sits in your chair now. He's kind of territorial. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll put you at the end of the table.
Yeah, Papa's got a brand new bag. It's taking your chair.
Yeah.
That's 2 James Brown references in one night.
Yeah. We got a ring light for you, Mackie.
Yeah. We'll leave the light on for you.
Yep.
But we won't because it'd be dead. But
Right.
anyway, let's leave. Bye. Goodbye,
Okay.
Internet. That's how we like to leave, just slowly and awkwardly.
Yeah, that's how I leave at parties.
Like sex.